Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is fit and fine, everyone is doing great as well. So today we're going to talk about the book called 21 Days to Unlock the Power of Affirmation by Louise Hay. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so to simply start with, let's start with what are affirmations, right? Affirmations are simply a statement that one aspires to absorb in his own life. So if anyone is looking forward to read this book, make sure you get two things right. First, pieces of papers, right? Pieces of papers, why? Because there are assignments given in this book, and just like the author has mentioned in the book in the first two pages itself, that make sure you get pieces of papers and a pen to write down whatever the questions are, and it will help you get a mental clarity as to what exactly is the author trying to say. Okay, and the second point being 15 minutes of each day for the next 21 days. The the mistake I did over here is I just finished this book in a week. I mean, it's possible to finish this book in a week, but you had to write down a lot of things, and then it takes up a lot of time. But I believe 15 minutes a day is more than sufficient for the next 21 days, because you'll have to read it through and then think a lot about the questions that the author gives over here, and then write them down in the paper. Writing them down in the pieces of papers, just like I have, is crucial thing. So make sure you do that as well. So here are the three things that I learned from this book. First important learning for me from this book is, let's give it a title as Uniqueness. Okay, so the first important learning is, and I quote from the book, the author says, "You're being you in your own unique way, knowing that you can release any false mental beliefs that you're not creative, and go forward with each and every project that comes to your mind." Now, so many times it happens that we are constantly stuck with self-doubt. We're constantly stuck with the thoughts that, am I good enough to start something new, and release all the false mental beliefs that you have, that your unique idea won't count in. So maybe if you're given that idea, maybe people will love it. Maybe if there's a downside where you see that, okay, people won't like it, people say blah 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 stuff, maybe there's another side where, okay, this can be a great idea, this can be do wonders for me as well. So see, no matter how much you talk yourself out of it, there's always a side where pulls you down, your thoughts especially, where they pull you down, saying, yaar nahi hoga, yaar nahi ho I'm not creative enough to give it a go. But then believing in yourself, going through books like these, I think that's one of the way where the positive affirmations can come in, and saying to yourself that, yes, यार हो सकता है, और बाकी के लोग भी कर रहे हैं, हम भी कर सकते हैं. So that's something that can work in your favor. And believing and knowing your own uniqueness is something that's a great learning that I take from this book. That's the learning number one. The second important learning for me from this book is, let's give it a title as Problems. Okay, so I quote from the book. The author says, "If you saw your problems on a stage in a play by Neil Simpson, you would laugh yourself right out of the chair. Tragedy and comedy are the same thing. It just depends on your viewpoint. Oh, what fools we mortals be." As soon as I had read this line, it just hit me right away. So many times it happens that, yaar, a small problem, you just make it so big that it just kills you, until and unless that you reach that point to realize, yaar, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं हो गया. And so many times it happens, especially with me as well. So a small kind of a problem that I magnified so much that dealing with it itself until that certain problem is sorted out, it's so hard, it's so stressful. But then once it's done, and you after a few hours have passed, and you think about it, that ये तो कुछ भी नहीं था, ये तो I didn't have to stress on it so much. So similarly, if you the author here explains that, if you maybe whatever your favorite comedian is, whoever your favorite comedian is, give your problems to him or her, and if that person is acting in front of you in a theater with your problem, you'll probably laugh, यार ये इतने छोटे से चीज़ पे I was stressing so much. So that's the learning number 2 for me. So the third learning that I take from this book is, let's give it a topic as love, or love yourself, right? So the author says, and I quote, "Little babies will die if they don't get love. Once we are older, we learn to live without love, but no baby will stand for that. Babies also love every inch of their body, even their own tutty." They have no guilt, no shame, no comparison. They know they are unique and wonderful. When we are younger, we love ourselves so much, right? And as we grow up, we tend to pass that right to be happy to someone else. Especially maybe it's a relationship. We just tend to give that happiness wala chavi to someone else and say like, अरे ठीक है, अभी मैं खुश रहूँगा if you do something for me. That's something which is a key element where I personally believe, I'm not talking about the author, but for me personally, I believe that happiness key needs to be within you, that needs to be held by you and controlled by you, not by someone else. So that's one of the things that I take away from this, and which is the third one, where you have to love yourself, right? Unconditionally. That's something I'll say. Definitely, you gotta love yourself unconditionally and not give the key away to anybody else. Author also further says, I'll share one more line, right, where the author says, where's the line, where the author says, events come and go, but the love you have for yourself can be constant, and it's the most important quality you possess. यार खुद से प्यार करो, खुद से मोहब्बत करो. प्यार तो छोटा है शब्द है यार, मोहब्बत करो खुद से. And make sure you take yourself out for dinners, you take yourself out. Maybe it shouldn't be with someone, it shouldn't be with your friends, it shouldn't be with anyone. Just take yourself out. यार जाओ अकेले बैठो रेस्टोरेंट में, यार जाओ अकेले बैठो मूवी थिएटर में. यार it's a different feeling altogether. I have done that and it's beautiful. And this is the third learning for me, which I have implemented, and it works wonders for me. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you hit the like, share and subscribe button to never miss an update as to whenever I come up with the next video. And also watch my earlier videos. There will be somewhere, I think, here it will be. So make sure to watch those videos as well, and until next time, bye bye.